What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's going on? I hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. So your girl is back in the building. Happy Saturday to you guys. I hope you guys are doing great. Per usual, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all get the likes up. Just as many people we have in the building, we want to make sure we have just as many likes. So go ahead, hit the like button. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. 1 in the chat if the audio is good before we proceed. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Shout out to everybody in the building. Successful MD, what's going on? Alex, what's going on? Alex? Gina's Homely Meals, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you, OMG Entertainer. How are you? Lorenzo Redman, what's going on? Lorenzo Ryan Wedlow, what's going on? Kevin from Brooklyn, I see you. Twine, how are you? Joe Mama, thank you so much for being here. Mighty Geek Studios, what's going on? Eric Stiegel, how are you? Puerto Rican Princess in the building, what's going on? How are you? Is it Wrath? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Moth 5420, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody. Frank Tate, what's going on? Anthony Wise, what's going on? So I am back, you guys. You see the title, Hot Topics, plus men have checked out and women are still complaining. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Just gonna speak on a few what I call hot topics before we get into the hyena, the regular hyena, videos. But before we get into that, I want to just briefly speak on and get your thoughts on the DNC, because that's something I wanted to ask you guys about, the DNC performance that was that was talked about. People were complaining about the fact that somehow they thought that Beyonce was supposedly performing at the final night of the DNC. And so Megyn Kelly spoke out on this as well. I don't know if you guys heard about that or what's your thoughts on it, but I just want to briefly bring it to your awareness if you haven't already. So this was released. TMZ also reported on this, saying that Beyonce was supposed to be performing at the DNC's final night, but in fact, that was not the truth. That did not happen. Megyn Kelly talked about it as well, and she said that they lied, that the DNC lied about Beyonce performing as a ruse to boost ratings. What do you guys think about that? So Megyn Kelly thought the rumors were false about Beyonce performing, which they were. Thursday at the Democratic National Convention originated with the DNC itself as a ploy to boost ratings. So she's saying it came from them, Kamala Harris and them allegedly, decided to put this rumor out there to boost ratings so that people can watch and boost the ratings. So the article goes on to say, though there were persistent rumors and reports about their superstar, the DNC never actually made an announcement. But on Friday's episode of the Megyn Kelly Show, she poked fun at the media frenzy that built up when speculation began on a rumored surprise guest for the final night of the Democratic National Convention, who it could be. So people were all in arms. People were excited about the idea that Beyonce might be performing for the DNC, but in fact, that was just not the truth. So, and I'm pretty sure, even though they knew it wasn't the truth, they let that rumor just slide, let it go out there, because of course, if people thought that Beyonce was performing at the DNC, more people would watch, and it would in fact boost ratings, and that would also basically solidify Beyonce's who she's voting for by performing. That would legitimize, in people's mind, legitimize the fact that she would possibly be voting for Kamala Harris. and that she's that she's supporting them. So yeah, of course they would let that rumor go out there because it would boost ratings. That's just what it was about. That's just what it was about. So a lot of people were talking about that. Some people were confused or a little mad at the fact that she did not really perform. And so, that's what that was. It was just a boost. It was a ploy to definitely get a boost in ratings. That's just my opinion on that. But that's just part of the news that's circulating out here. Yeah. So people were waiting, thinking that Beyonce was going to be coming out, child, and Beyonce was never performing at the DNC. So some people were mad, and some people, chalked it up to what it was, that they just left that, let that go, thinking, to get more ratings, to get people to watch. Because yes, of course, more people would watch if Beyonce was performing. They would. So that's just what that was. Next in the news, child. Now this one kind of shocked me, I will say, before we get on to, the hyena messages, that Judge Greg Mathis's wife, Linda Reese Mathis, files for divorce after 39 years of marriage. 39 years of marriage. I'm like, Lord, what could be the reason after 39 years of marriage? So in a court filing, Linda listed their date of separation as July 17, 2024, and added that they were splitting due to irreconcilable differences. That's always the reason. Judge Greg Mathis and his wife, Linda Reese Mathis, are calling it quits just short of their fourth decade of marriage. Linda, who is 61, filed for divorce from the reality court show judge in the Los Angeles Superior Court on Thursday, August 22nd, citing irreconcilable differences after 39 years of marriage together, according to court documents obtained by People. In the filing, she listed their date of separation once again as July 17, 2024, and noted that they had no minor kids. The pair's 4 children, Jade, 39, Camera, who's 36, and Greg Jr., who is 35, and Amir, who is 34, are all adults. So the former couple does not need to figure out custody. Linda applied for spousal support in the documents, but it is unclear if the couple had a prenuptial agreement in place, as the pair got married after college and prior to Mathis's daytime Emmy Award-winning reality court show. So they got married. Baby, this is crazy. They got married in 1985. That's a long time ago. Mathis at the time was 25. So they got married young, a long time ago. And now, damn near 40 years later, they're getting a divorce for inciting irreconcilable differences. And of course, it is the wife who is filing. So, when I heard this, first of all, I was shocked because he speaks of his wife so, he speaks so lovingly of her. And the fact that they've been married for so long, I was shocked that she filed for divorce at this point, 61 years old. I'm like, what could she not deal with at this point? At 61, what was the deal breaker after damn near 40 years of marriage? What was the deal breaker? What finally made her decide to walk away at this point? And I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get it. What all the years that y'all probably you'd have been with him, but probably before he had any money, y'all was right out of college. So he didn't have any money. She didn't have any money. Y'all didn't have anything. Y'all had not established anything. Y'all went through the ups and the downs. Y'all got 4 kids together. Y'all done been through it all, being broke, getting money, raising kids. Like what at this point in your old age do you think just was the straw that broke the camel back, and now you have to file for divorce? Does she have another man? Because I mean, and is it worth it? Like, what at this point with that's so bad that made you just decide, you know what, I want a divorce and I'm 61? Like, do you think you're gonna get another man? Do you gonna get a better option? What do you think, that there's somebody better out there, younger, more richer? What is the deal? Because I just don't see the point at this point. I really don't. If y'all done been through everything, why now? That's the part I don't get. What's going on, Successful MD? Thank you for the super chat. Says she still wants that bag. BBL coming soon, baby. Child, if they know, they better stop with them damn BBLs at 61, child. You're gonna lose your life behind that. And you know, BBL season is up. People are trying to get them big donkey butts out now. There's still some at the end holding on with them botched BBLs, but people are trying to get that out now because it just don't look good. It don't look good. And then, you know, a few, I've seen a few that actually look decent, where they're proportionate. But baby, people trying to remove them big donkey diaper booties. They're not trying to get, it's unprofessional looking. So I don't know why at this point, and why? Like, you know, when you get to 60, things start to, not even before, it start to wrinkle and fall apart. You get a BBL at 60 something and it's wrinkly on, it ain't gonna look right when you take them clothes off. I'm just saying, child. Lord, it might look decent with the clothes on, but when you take the clothes off, child, you're gonna be looking at a piece of work. I'm just saying. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. You're gonna be looking at something else. I'm just saying. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. I'm just saying it's not wise. And it's a very dangerous surgery. A lot of doctors are deciding against the surgery now because they realize how dangerous it is. And a lot of people have lost their lives behind that. So I wouldn't recommend that at no age, but why wait till you get older? Like, come on, like really? So yeah, I just don't know, you know, and I was shocked because Greg Mathis and his wife been together so long. I never saw this coming. I did not think that this would, you know, that this would be something that would happen. I didn't think, I just was watching them like a couple of weeks ago somewhere, they, you know, at a party or something they was at. And I'm like, oh, wow, they still together. They, you know, doing their thing. They're really honoring their vows. And here we are now. She done filed for divorce. Make it make sense. And I wish they could, I wish it wasn't just irreconcilable difference that they could actually, that they had to actually put the reasoning behind you wanting a divorce after all this time. I don't, because it just doesn't make no sense to me, child. You know, wait until you 60 some years old and saying you're gonna get a divorce, like you got a lot of options. And I mean, I think she's a gorgeous lady and everything. I think they, you know, look good together and they raised some gorgeous children. And you know, everybody just think that divorce is better. And they just think, now I don't know what was going on. You know, both of y'all are senior citizens. What's the point at this point? So you can do bad by yourself at 61. I would think that at that age, y'all would cling together even more because y'all towards the end, like you would really like stay together because you done been through the worst stuff. Like what could be so bad now? Child, so I don't know. And I mean, if you really didn't want the man all them years and you stayed with him, child, you might as well stay with him to the end at this point. I don't see that what's breaking up gonna do. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Now, in other news, in other divorces, we saw this one coming. JLo and Ben Affleck, child. So they're asking why did Jennifer Lopez finally file for divorce from Ben Affleck? They said she was done waiting. So she been wanting to file for divorce from him. They were only married for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So they're saying that she filed to end her marriage at the Los Angeles County Superior Court on Tuesday, August the 20th. So they're saying Jennifer Lopez is taking control, child. So I was after the singer, who is 55, filed for divorce from Ben Affleck on Tuesday, August 20th, citing that she was done waiting. She tried really hard to make things work and is heartbroken. The kids are a top priority as they always have been. Multiple sources previously confirmed that Lopez, who is a mom to 16-year-old twins, Emmy and Max, she filed at the Los Angeles County Superior Court, and their date of separation was April 26th of 2024. So they were separated, and now she's filed for divorce. So she's tired of waiting. I don't know what she's tired of waiting on. They got married July 17, 2022. So 2 years they've been married and now divorced. But people were not surprised by this one. I was not surprised by this one whatsoever. We all kind of saw this coming. First off, did you guys ever think, why did they get back together? Why did they get back together? Because there was a reason why it didn't work out in the first place, right? Why didn't it work out in the first place? And so they tried it again. Now they're divorcing. We've seen those clips of him slamming the door in her face, and they look like they always arguing every time they go out. Sources have said that he didn't want her in the spotlight anymore. I don't know if that's true. She's done waiting. I don't know what she's waiting on. Waiting on him to get his act together. I don't know what the issues were with them, but they clearly had a lot of issues. So nobody was surprised that they were getting a divorce. She's also another one. How old is she? He's 52. And I just said her age. She's 55. She's older than him. Ben Affleck is 52 and she's 55. Oh yeah, okay. She's a little older than him, so I'm like, okay, now you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave this marriage, and what? You're gonna get into another one, or when does it stop? I'm starting to think that, when you get to a certain age, if you just stop trying, just stay single, enjoy your life. She has money, so money shouldn't be the issue. So go and just live your life by yourself. But once again, as much as women talk about being single and how great it is, and all the advantages, they still want companionship. You still want somebody. Everybody talk about, I'm just so happy being single and just, I can do it all by myself. Even people with the money don't want to be single, but they don't know how to be in relationships. You don't know how to be in relationships, but you don't want to be single, which means it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter where you are in life. You still need to work on yourself, and all the money in the world cannot make you a better person. You need to work on yourself. In fact, it makes you even more entitled and think that you have there's no reason to change or do anything differently. These people cannot stay married to save their lives. They can make money and go out and do all this other stuff, but they don't know how to work with each other in a relationship. And once again, it's in all these cases, it's the women filing for the divorces. Women don't know how to cooperate, especially a celebrity woman, especially a woman who makes her own money and makes a lot of it, and she's feel like she's the boss. Oh, there's no cooperating with her. And a lot of these women who are just average women are taking on that mentality, thinking that they, are the prize and they run stuff and they control things, and you just got to follow their lead, and that's why they can't stay in relationships. And they're the ones leaving. They're sad, but they're the ones leaving. You're leaving because you don't know how to work things out. Now, once again, I say this too for the people in the back. Listen, if it's a domestic violence situation, if it's something that's detrimental to your health and your well-being, get out of it. I would never tell anybody to stay in something that's causing physical harm to them. Get out. Somebody is treating you badly and just, causing harm to you. Get the hell out of there. Don't just stay. That's common sense. But if y'all just got differences, and then with their case, you was together once before y'all broke up. Why did y'all and then y'all decided to how y'all say it? What's this what y'all say when you break up with somebody and then you want to come back? What is it? Because I don't remember all these little modern new terms, child. What is it when you break up with somebody and then you try to double back? Because that's what I was, double back and try to be with them. What do they call that? What do y'all call that? Anyway, baby, quick 504. Thank you for the super chat. Says she trying to get a BBL to inflate her old flat tires. Young brothers, be aware. Oh my God. Thank you for the super chat. Quick 504. I appreciate you. What they say, what is it when they say when you break up and you try to go back, double back or whatever, child? JLo back on the streets again, shaking my, yep. She back on the streets, and I don't know if it's just me or what, but she looked like she's aged in the last year or so. Look like she's looking hard. Like she's looking she's looking like she's aging quickly now. I don't know what, maybe it's the stress, maybe I don't know, maybe it's her career failing, maybe it's people not liking her being exposed as the industry plant. Maybe all of that stuff is stressing her out because I thought she was such a gorgeous lady back in the day. Now, Lord, that she looks hard. And I know she's 55, but Lord, it's just like it came on real quick, Y'all ever seen people who look older, but they still look good, and then one day, boom, the age just hit them, child. Oh, I hope that don't happen to me. I hope that don't happen to me. I hope one day it just don't all fall apart. I would rather it gradually, go down, but I wouldn't want it to all go down just boom. One day you wake up, bam, now you look 60. It's like, oh Lord. I pray, Lord, that don't happen to me. Because I've seen it, where you say, oh, he look good, or she look, usually it's the women. Do she look good? Oh, for 60, oh, she look good. And boom, they hit 61, and damn, it just hits you. So I pray, Lord, the old age don't just hit me like that. Like, just gradually, come on, live by little. I could work with that. But Lord, have mercy. I'm just saying. Shout out to you, Paul Harrison. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. Thank you, Paul. Paul says, yes, it sounds extremely insane to part ways after 39 years of being through the fire, child. My thoughts are, what if she's tired of the constant cheating? No woman would put up with this forever. Thank you once again, Paul, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And that I thought of that because thank you once again. I appreciate you for the super chat. I thought of that too. Like, and my thing is this too. And I know, look, I don't condone male whores, nor do I condone female whores. If that, you out here being hoish, putting your body all out there, that's your life, you want to do it. But I don't condone that sort of thing. I'm not for it, whether men do it or women do it, right? But if Greg Mathis allegedly, well, shout out to Greg Mathis. I loved his show and everything. But my thing is this, if he's that old at this age, still out here slinging it and doing it, and you got a wife, then something got to be wrong with him. Got to be wrong with that. Like, you got to, like, what? So what is going on? Like, if he's doing it now at this age, I'm pretty sure when he was in his prime, when he was younger and, more, stealth and more able to do it, he was probably, allegedly, slinging that thing around then too. So I'm pretty, she stayed with him throughout all of that. And at the end, now you would think you would be used to it. Nobody's really checking for y'all like that. Nobody's really caring about that. I mean, okay. So at this age, you leave him alone, right? Now you're just giving them free reign to go out and do it even more. Like, so I don't see, okay, and you leave. So now you leave. Now you single. You're going to be looking for another man at 61. And what? Hoping that he don't cheat? Because you might get a new guy, are you looking for a younger man? I don't know, child. Because if you're looking for a younger man, then he probably going to cheat too. I don't know. I don't know if this is the right choice to make at this age. And he's established, y'all didn't work together, been through the fire, like you say, y'all done built yourself up, y'all making money, y'all stable. What's the point of leaving? If anything, we would have to negotiate a few things, honey. I don't think it would be best to leave, or maybe she always wanted to leave and she was waiting for the kids to get grown and situated and then leave. Now you're older. Now you're going to go off and get a place by yourself, or what you going to do? To me, it would be wiser to stay in that thing. And y'all gonna have to figure out something. Because if he is cheating, if infidelity, baby, maybe you gonna, maybe y'all gonna have to work something out. That's all I'm saying. I don't see the point of leaving still. Thank you once again, Paul, for the super chat. I don't see the point in leaving. I don't know. It just don't make no sense at that age. Spin the block. Yes. Spin the block. Thank y'all. Because I really forget. Yes, spin the block. So what was I saying about spin the block? What was the point? I don't forgot you. Lord, it's a part of getting old, y'all. You forget stuff. Child, but yeah, spin the block. Spin the block. Why I was saying that though? Child, this is a mess. A mess. The streets don't want her to respond to call anymore. Want her to respond to the call anymore. Yes, spin the block. I don't know. I think I was talking about JLo and Ben Affleck spinning the block. Yeah, so they spent the block and now they gone for good. It's like, come on now, y'all should have never. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. So, uh, you know, G Honda, DeeDee, where you from? New Orleans, Louisiana. That's where I'm from. G Honda, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. All right. Okay. So that was my hot topics, y'all. That's enough for that. So let's move on uh to the hyena topics. Make sure you guys are hitting the like. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Please go ahead and hit the like button. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to hit the like button. Go ahead, hit the like button. Thank you, Sasha Johnson. I appreciate you. Thank you. G Honda, you from Baton Rouge? All right. Shout out to you. Shout out to Baton Rouge. Yep. Judas Lion from Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to Shreveport. In the building, Louisiana in the building. All right. No, I did not. Uh G Honda, I did not. Are you talking to me? Say, I bet you went to McDonald's. I did not. Because I'm from the West Bank, G Honda. I'm not from Uptown. My husband is from Uptown. I'm from the West Bank. Get the likes up, y'all. Go ahead, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip for y'all, and I definitely want to get your thoughts on this. So make sure you chime in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. And what's going on, Christopher? How are you? And definitely continue to support the channel, you guys, through Cash App or Super Chat. Make sure you guys are supporting that way. It definitely helps the channel out. Here we go.
Up with this new generation of men, they literally don't want to get you no flowers. They don't want to take you on no dates. All they want to do is ask you what you doing all day long and tell you lies. Like, I'm over it.
If you're a man who likes to shoot his shot at women at the gas station, you have a better opportunity of offering her one of these three things. Hey, let me pump your gas for you, or let me reimburse you for your gas, or hey, let me pay for your gas. And then you proceed to shoot your shot and introduce yourself. If you're not doing one of the three and we're standing at the gas station, you might as well just get back in your car and just go home. You might as well just get back in your car and ride out to wherever you came from. Like, there's no way in the world I would be sitting at the gas station, somebody shooting a shot at me as a woman, and I'm sitting here pumping my own gas. The least you could do is come and pump it. Come and pump it. If you ain't got no money, come and pump it. Like, y'all just be at the gas station talking. Y'all just be at the gas station talking. Like, you get the most love, and I don't care what city you in, you get the most love when you go to the gas station. You could literally look like absolutely nothing. Body on, all that. Trust and believe. You feeling low, down, girl, go to the gas station. They gonna hype you up. They're gonna hype you up.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Are y'all shooting your shots at the gas station? If you see somebody attractive, are you shooting your shot? And would you pump her gas for her or pay for her gas? Would you pay for if you saw an attractive woman at the gas station and she was by herself, and would you go over and pay for her gas and pump it for her and shoot your shot? Would you do that? Would y'all do that? Some of us don't drive, not our car. Nobody buys flowers for a side order. Nope. OMG says no. Begging. This is more ratchet. Nope. No. Black women are, oh my God, says some of us never drove before. Pink slip, not the man car. I don't know. Nobody pumps gas for a goo gobbler. Hell no. Pumping gas is just an adult duty. Equal rights? No. Hell no. F no. Tell us the time it happened to you. Tell us the time it happened to you. I don't know what that means. Hey girl, you gonna let me fill my 5-gallon jug? What do I get in return? I don't want to pay for my own gas, let alone anyone else's. Nah, I'm good over here. I shot my shot anywhere, but I would not pump her gas. Okay, you would shoot your shot anyway, but you would not pump her gas. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell them, child. They just you know, I don't know what to say. Men are not trying to pump the gas, child. Shout out to Paul once again. Paul once again coming through with a generous super chat. I appreciate you, Paul, once again. Says DeeDee, I've seen it for myself. The cheating, the abuse, and the constant controlling. Some people feel that this is all they have in life until they realize enough is enough. Unfortunately, it may come later in life. P.S. I have a friend from Slidell. Shout out to Slidell in Louisiana, in the building all the way. Thank you once again, Paul, for the super chat. And you know what? You have a point. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, listen, the stuff that I talk about on here, the holding women accountable and how women act and hyenas and all of this stuff, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, these people are you can listen to what I say or not, or anybody else. It's just my opinion on a lot of things. At the end of the day, it's your life. At the end of the day, all of us have to live our individual lives. And what we go through on an individual basis is for us to determine if it's too much, if it's weighing on us, physically, mentally, whatever. That is your choice to determine what it is you want to do. Everybody has free will to choose and do what they want. And if it's a situation that's really draining you and really weighing on your health or whatever, and it's something you have to do to benefit yourself, listen, people are gonna do what they think is right. People are gonna make decisions based on what they think is right, or you know, and everybody has a line, you know, in the sand that they draw. Like at some point, you get to a point where you're just fed up with something, especially if a person is not going to change, or you've been telling them to stop doing this or make changes and they don't want to do it. Then I guess you have to make a decision that's best for you. And it could have been a situation where she said, you know, enough is enough. That's something that's going on in that relationship that we're not privy to, where she said, it's enough. I don't care how old I am, whatever, I'm gonna move on from this or whatever. And if that's what she feels is best for her, most women do what they think and feel is best for them. But it could be a point, like I mentioned a little bit briefly earlier, that, you know, she's older, the kids are all grown. It's not like they're in the house. They're grown, have their own lives. I think they have grandchildren at this point, where she just made the conscious decision to move on. Now, this is why I say when it comes to married people, I don't really delve into married couples as much, because I know marriage it's not for everybody, and everybody's relationship and marriage is not the same. So your marriage and what you go through is between you and your spouse. That's between the two of you. It's not for public consumption. It's not for other people to weigh in on. It's for the two of you. And that's something that you're supposed to hold dear to your heart and private. That's not something that everybody should be privy to. Everything that goes on in your household, it goes on with you and your husband. That's for the two of you to work on and deal with, you know? And so once again, we're on the outside looking in. We don't have all the information, so we don't know exactly what's going on. We can't say who did what or who's doing what or why. Sometimes women just leave because they want to leave. There's no real reason why, you know? And a lot of times when I hear irreconcilable differences, a lot of times it could be something more serious that they don't want to, you know, tell to the public, or it could be she just, you know, got her a younger man. You never know. I'm just saying, you never know what it is, but you know, it's their business at the end of the day. They're going to have to deal with that or whatever. And they're going to have to finish living the rest of their lives just like we do. But thank you once again for the super chat, Paul. I appreciate you. Let's get back into the clip.
So many folks in my comments that say, yeah, I get it, he's a good man, but it should be more. I need this spark. He's not my type. Let me tell you about your type. Your type has historically played you. Your type has historically lied or cheated. Your type has not wanted to commit. So at some point we got to say, maybe the choices that I'm making are poor and I need to make better and different choices. And maybe my type is problematic. And so if I change my type, I'll have a different response. I'll have a different outcome. I implore you, change your type.
Listen, I say this all the time. People are so stuck. I talked about this in a couple of previous lives where people are so stuck on their type, but their type is not benefiting them. Your type is just, you can change your type or not have a type. Or your type should be somebody who has qualities that are beneficial to you or to a family. You know what I mean? If you want a husband, you want a family, they should have, your type should be focused on somebody who has the qualities of a husband and a family, not just superficial, not just, oh, he's tall, he's 6 feet tall, and he's handsome, and he's muscly, and he look good. What does that really mean? So you are attracted to him physically, but what else besides that? That's the part where people don't want to focus on. We talked about the women who are going to the prisons. You're going to the prisons looking for fine men, and fine only equates to you sleeping with them, having sex. That's it. It doesn't equate to real profitable or beneficial things that will benefit you guys together, building together. None of that, none of a person being fine has anything to do with their real true qualities. You're just looking at somebody because you're hot in the pants and you want to go and get banged up, banged down to the ground. That's it. That's all you care about. All they care about is getting a feeling good, and that's all you get. And then when that's all you get, now you're complaining. Now you're wondering why he don't want to commit to me, why he don't want to be just me. You got to go find him and and catch him with other women, and you're not enough when you realize your vajayjay is not the best thing since sliced bread. That no matter how good you think it is, no matter how fine you think you are, no matter how good you think you look, he see other women as who look just as good, if not better to him, or they may not even look as good, but y'all have something that he wants, and he don't want just yours. He want multiple ones, so he's gonna go after what he want. He don't care what you think, and he never told you that he was a commitment type. He never prioritized you. He never told you that you're his woman and y'all are together. No, you the one went after him for his looks and how he can put it on you, and that's what he do. That's his MO. He look good, so he gonna put it on everybody that he can, because he can. Why would he commit to just you? We can have so many just hanging around in rotation. So that's what fine and all that gets you. And this is what these women are constantly finding themselves in. This is the dilemma that they're in. They're steadily trying to force men who are not commitment type guys to be exclusive to them. And that's not what they want. So if you want a different outcome, then you got to change your type. Your type shouldn't be just solely based on, oh, he looked good, and that's just it. Successful MD says she's wearing Tesla lashes. She's a clown, Lord. Lord. Tesla lashes? Thank you for the super chat. Successful MD. Tesla lashes, baby. Y'all a trip. Let's continue.
Dating and a great guy, amazing qualities, but no spark. Should I end it? What is the spark that you guys speak of? If a person is a good human being that has great qualities, she said amazing qualities, what is the spark that you're looking for? What more could he do for you?
Nothing, girl. Nothing. It's a delusion. And a lot of these women don't want to admit that they're delusional. It's a delusion. It's a feeling. It's that what they say of the vibe, it's a false vibe that they're looking for. It's a fake feeling, a feeling that they just conjuring up. There's nothing else he could do. It's just it's a delusional mindset. It really is. And they, like I said, they're losing out and not getting what they say they want because they're waiting on this feeling. Oh, he's a good guy. He treats me well. He's come from a good family. He's very educated, or all of these good qualities that they look over because they don't feel the vibe, you know. And the funny thing about it is that feeling and that vibe is coming from them. It's a feeling that they have inside. It's something that they're attracted to that this guy is not giving them. And so they're looking for that. But it's the same feeling that they've gotten from the previous relationships and the guys that they've been with previously, but none of those relationships worked out. So you're looking for the same thing that you had problems with in the past in a new person. And as opposed to thinking, you know what, this is a good guy. Let me just get to know him. Let me learn him. Let me learn things about him. And you'll start to see the attraction towards him because it's different from what you're used to. So what people do is you meet a guy that's actually good. Like she's saying, he meet all, you know, he's a good guy. He would be a good guy for you, but you don't know how to be with him because you're so used to the toxic dudes that you've been in relationships with. You're so used to that toxic environment. And what happens, even though you know that's not good for you, you keep running back to it, right? People keep running back to the familiarity, the thing that they're most familiar with, even if it was not good for them. Even if it's not good for you, that's what people do. And they do it when it comes to relationships. So this is why when you hear women say, I met a good, and I've heard several women say this, I met a good guy. He's nice. He treated me good. He loved me. He really was into me. All of these things that they say they want from a man, but he just wasn't for me. Yeah, because he does not meet that superficial bad boy swag or image that you're used to. And you know he wasn't good for you. So you looking for a guy, a Tupac in a suit. You looking for a guy who looks and gives you that feeling and give you that vibe, but also it wants to be with just you and marry. And that usually doesn't come in the same package. It usually doesn't. You're gonna have to sacrifice something or just get rid of that old mentality of what you thought was, you know, what is attractive and good to you. Because it's attractive and good to you on one hand, but it's not beneficial to you on the other hand. So you got to change once again that attraction level because it's not working. It's not working. If it's not working, you're a fool to keep on doing something over and over and over, knowing that it's not getting you the outcome that you want, or just admit to the fact that you like bad boys and you don't care how they treat you and you're good with that. You like bad boys, you like the swag, you like that over the quality part, and just accept that. But they don't want to do that, you know, because once again, the guy who you're attracted to physically, he doesn't have to make six figures. He doesn't have to bring all this to the table. He has the attraction level you want. So you're willing to work with him, but you're not willing to work with the guy who, you know, who is not giving you that vibe, but he has everything else that you need. Paul Harrison, once again, with a $100 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, you're right, DeeDee. You never know. I just got tired of these trolls in the chat blaming her when none of us knows the real reason. We're all speculating. Sorry, DeeDee, for keeping you on this topic. LOL, let's move on. No, it's fine. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, once again, look, we're going to all have our opinion because we've seen a lot of women who leave. First off, they get into the marriage for the wrong reasons. A lot of these young women marry me, try to get a man with a baby, try to lock in with a baby because he has money. So they're in it for the wrong reasons. And then that's once they get what they want, then they tend to leave. You know, we see a lot of younger women do that. Well, young and middle-aged women try to lock a man down who has money for his resources with a baby. So you get a baby and you get that child. Now you got a purse baby. So you want to use him. And a lot of women who are only getting in relationships with these men for the wrong reasons and for the money that they think that they can get out of them. But in this particular situation with Judge Mathis, they've been married since they were young. They didn't have any money, you know, so they built a life together. And once again, like I said, we can have our opinions on what we think and all of that, but we are speculating. We are from the outside looking in. We can only assume what's really going on, but we really don't know. So once again, that's why I say I don't dive too deep into married people's business because we don't know. We don't really know what's going on. Some of this stuff is obvious because these people weren't together for years like that. They've been together 39 years. So, you know, they've been through ins and outs, ups and downs, ebbs and flows, all of it. So, but we still are not privy to that. So we only can speak on part of it. We can't really go in depth because we don't know what's going on inside their house and why this lady really wants to divorce at 61. Because I see it a little odd that at that age she would want to leave. You know what I mean? And what that's why I was asking, because we don't know what could possibly at this point make you want to leave. I mean, because y'all probably done went through it all, I'm assuming, and you must have forgiven him if he was the problem, because I'm assuming he is, because she's filing for divorce. So what will make you want to leave at 61 as opposed to saying, you know what, we in it, you done this before, whatever, I'm gonna chalk it up to the game, but we staying together? Because I mean, I personally think she would benefit more from him by staying married to him than divorcing him and then going her own way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but nothing but blessings to her and him, and hopefully they can figure it out. And it is what it is. Because I don't know other than that. But thank you once again, Paul, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah. So let's continue.
Swag is a spark. I don't care about no swag. We invest too much in swag. We invest too much in butterflies. There is too much of an investment in this energy of there's no spark, there's no chemistry, there's no. He's a good man. That should turn you on. That should be the spark.
Should be.
That should be the butterflies that you speak of. That should be the chemistry.
So if you're dating over 40 and someone asks you, why are you still single? Show them this. I'm going to break down the dating pool for you. We have all the men. We need to take away the ones that are married, aren't age appropriate because we are over 40, ones that are gay, ones that are broke, the ones that are emotionally unavailable, the ones that still have drama with their ex. We're going to take away the ones that are perpetual bachelors, okay? Then we have the ones that don't know what they want. The ones that love bomb you. And then, all right, so this is what we have. So we want someone who's attractive. We have 10, so I need someone over 5'8". So a few people who decide they still want to smoke cigarettes, they have to meet the people who don't want any more children. And this is what I'm left with. However, we need to take this then. They're not all in my area. We need to then spread these people around the world. This is what we're dealing with.
Ladies, never date down, okay? Do not date a man who you're more successful than him, you have more money than him, you're better off in life than him. Do not date him, because you are going to be settling, and he is going to get jealous of you, and he's going to try to humble you by cheating on you, lying to you, disrespecting you.
Average women think they're better than average men. Every woman wants this exceptionally great guy, right? When I say exceptional, that means he's making at least 6 figures or doing really, really well for himself. He is good looking. He has to be a certain height, just these crazy standards. But then sometimes these same women don't match physically, mentally. They're not even on the same wavelength as him when it comes to where they're going in life. I need women to humble themselves, especially average women. You're no better than average men.
When you leave the country as an American guy, you start to realize you don't have to compete for women anymore. These foreign women will compete for you. As an average American guy, to even get a chance at a DM back, we always have to hit the gym, increase our income, adhere to these crazy standards that really don't exist in foreign countries for us. Because when you go to Latin America or Southeast Asia as an American guy, these women are going to compete for you. They're going to be hitting the gym like crazy to impress you because you're the hot commodity. They're going to be cooking you meals, making sure you're satisfied in all types of ways. Unless you're just a complete Chad or Drake himself, you will probably never get this experience in the US. And it's something everyone needs to experience at least once in their life. And I already know there's going to be people in the comments saying, oh, they're only with you for the green card. Well, it's not true. And even if it was true, what's wrong with us getting ahead and dating for once? It's no different than the millionaire using his money to get American girls.
Listen, what do y'all think about what he had to say? I'll go back to the lady before him, or the one who was saying don't settle. you know, a lot of women are single for that reasoning, for not wanting to settle, not realizing that a lot of the men that you say you want will be settling for you. And so if men are now saying, listen, we're not going to settle for these entitled women, we're not going to settle for women who think that they're better than us, for women who, you know, don't really want to do what's necessary to be in a healthy relationship. You know, just like you wouldn't want a man who says he want a wife, but he's, you know, not behaving in such a manner, or he doesn't, you know, he doesn't do things that will prove or show that he wants a wife. He's still, you know, he's doing something counter to that. Well, that's what a lot of women are doing. A lot of women are doing things and expressing themselves and displaying themselves in such a manner that doesn't seem like wife material. So why would men look at you as a wife when you don't present yourself as such? And this idea that you can just, you know, be whoever you want to be, and men just supposed to just accept you for that and just move accordingly, is they're not doing that. Men are not doing it. And this is why women are complaining. They're wondering why the men were a problem and they're doing too much, and now the men are moving to the side or moving away, and now you're asking why are they doing it, and they shouldn't be doing it. They should be. It's a confusing state that we're in these days, you know, and this whole relationship, modern day dating and all this kind of stuff, the stuff that we're seeing is crazy. I don't see how, you know, if I was single, child, I would just want to be single, or, you know, I wouldn't be superficial and I'm looking at men as just a wallet and just thinking that I'm better than men. I mean, I don't know. I just think a lot of the women are single because of their expectations. And it's not them settling when you are looking for a man to come to the table with more than what you have. So why would that be you settling? Wouldn't that be him settling? So I just think, once again, I always said unrealistic expectations. What women are looking for is not that you can't have preferences and all of that. You should, but you also got to be realistic as well. You got to be realistic. Nobody is telling you to just go grab anybody. No, but you still got to be realistic in your approach. You know, you got to understand that, you know, the men that you're looking for are not settling. They want certain things too. That's all I'm saying. Listen, men want certain things just like you do. So why don't you try to figure out what the men want, seeing as you want that type of man, and you don't want the type of guys that you constantly are getting, and you want something better, presumably better, right? So you need to find out what it is that they want. Are they interested in you? Because the things that a lot of these women want out the men, it doesn't seem like these men are attracted to those women. These men want some other type of woman. So what is the type of woman that they want? That's what you should be trying to figure out. But these egos and this pride and all of this, you know, this fact that women are the prize won't allow them to even entertain the idea of what men really want, because they think they're better than a man and it's all about them, and men should be doing that for them. They don't think that they should be trying to please a man, but they want a man to please them. They want men to change their lives. You want a man to come in and take you from the gutter to the high rises. You want him to take you out of your sunken place and raise you up to the cream of the crop and make your life totally better. You want him to come in and change your life. You don't want him to come in and meet you halfway and you guys build up on that. You want him to come in and create a totally different lifestyle for you and maintain it and be faithful and all of this to you, committed to you. You want all of these things, but you don't want to figure out what it is that he would want in a relationship. That seems a bit one-sided, and that's unfair. And I think men realize that. As much as women like to say they know their worth, I think men realize their worth far much more. I think men realize that they're worth more than what they thought they were, because it's always been cater to the woman, do for the woman, get the woman flowers, do this for her, treat her nicely, open the door, be a gentleman. Everything, all these things were put in place for men to do for women, but you never heard any of, okay, what a woman's supposed to do for him. We've never heard that. It was all about what the men do for her. He has to be engaging. He has to be smart. He has to be funny. He has to, be able to hold a conversation. He has to be able to entertain her. He has to pay for the dates. He has to open her car door, do all these nice things for her. He has to do all this stuff, take her to a nice place. He has to impress her. He has to do the most. But these women, nobody really says what the woman is supposed to do. And we talk about ladies, women who act like ladies, women who know how to go out on dates and look presentable, look very nice and ladylike and presentable, and go to places not with this ghetto ratchet attire on, thinking, looking like walking Magic City 304. Like nobody is teaching these women how to be ladies anymore. How to present themselves a certain way so a man can take you to nice places. Y'all want to go to these nice places, but you go in looking tattoos everywhere, like just wearing whole attire, just looking like you just stepped off the street corner. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that looked good. But that's supposed to be okay. He's not supposed to have a problem with the fake nails, the fake hair, all the makeup, the tattoos, the skin tight clothing, holes, peekaboo holes on the sides, peekaboo holes on the ass, peekaboo holes down the legs, clear stripper heels. Like, he's not supposed to be concerned about that. He's just supposed to accept you with all of that and take you to these exquisite restaurants and all these nice places where the majority of people coming in looking presentable, and the women looking ladylike, like nice ladies, look like marriage material. No, you want to look like a 304 and want these men to go out and wait for you and just accept that I'm sorry. You could look really nice, attractive, sexy, even in decent, suitable, wearable, ladylike clothing. You don't have to look like that to give sex appeal and look nice for the man that you want to date, or for your man. You can look very classy and elegant and very nice and still look good. You don't have to look like that. And I think a lot of these women could take a few pointers and learn a few things, especially because they're so superficial these days. And look, I always say anything is possible. You might find a good man that got money to splurge and spend on you and want to do it, but I'm pretty sure he wants something. He wants something in return. He don't want an overweight woman. He want a nice, put together woman who looks good and knows how to present herself, but still is classy and still is likable and all of that. He want the full package too. If y'all want the extraordinary package, he wants something that he can at least, that he wants too. And I think that's the part where some women are having a hard time, because they were never told to what to give a man. They were only told what to expect from a man. You only want what you can expect from him, but you don't want to give nothing in return. And I think that's the real problem, because once again, I think men are fairly simple. They're fairly simple. Men don't really be asking for much at all, honestly. I mean, if for a man who really is looking for something, he don't be asking for much. They don't be asking for much. I think men are very simple. It's the women who are complicated. We don't know what we want. We change our minds. We're confused. You got a lot of work to do, but always expect the most. But once again, that is what was taught to us. We were told what to expect out of men. They never told us, oh, give your man this. I mean, you might find a few big mamas back in the day, a few who actually told you, girl, cater to that man, girl, get that man this, make sure you got some food on the stove to a man, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Like, make sure you cook a good meal for that man, make sure you present yourself. A few of them, there was a few of them big mamas back in the day who told, their daughters and their granddaughters what to do for a man, how to cater to a man and what to do even in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? They gave them a few tips of what to do, what they should be doing. But you don't get that nowadays, because these older women are not telling the younger women, because they're still competing. See, Big Mama back then, they had a man. So she had a man. She was married since she was 15 or whatever. They were together. They were having children since they was 15, child. I'm just saying, back in the day, they were having children young, and they having them back to back to back to back. They had 10 and 12 children. They started young. And they had a man, they got married, and they were living their lives. She was in there cooking, and doing what she needed to do to keep her man while he was working. And as much as people like to try to portray them old marriages as all bad, a lot of these people stayed married and they built their families till they passed away. You don't see that happening now. So you found a couple of them back in the day who told these women what to do. And those who listen, they end up with a husband, you see. The ones now, these ladies now are still getting BBLs. We talked about it at 60. So you still out here trying to compete with a big fake ass, not understanding that these men don't want you because he know you come with a lot of BS. And they know that you old. These men don't want no 60-year-old lady with no BBL. You might look good to you, but you don't look that good to him. He wants something. He wants to have children with somebody. You ain't doing that, post menopause at 60. You ain't doing that. Just saying, live your life, but they ain't doing that. Sunlight Bay says, and to be honest, we love to put on and do for our women, but we hate to be taken advantage even more. Once again, you are correct, Miss DeeDee. Keep doing you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, Sunlight Bay. Yeah, I mean, look, I use my husband as an example. He's simple. He don't even ask for much. But because he doesn't ask for much. Thank you once again for the super chat. You want to do more for him because he doesn't ask for much. He's simple. He really is. He don't ask for much. And when you, just like I said this with women, these women don't realize you come off too strong in the beginning. You want the man to pay a bill and do all this. You're expecting too much right up front. To me, if I was a man, that would turn me off. That would be a turn off. That would be like, damn, she's exposing herself. She's like, want money up front. So that would be a turn off. And what a lot of these women don't realize, if you meet the right guy and you're humble, and humble is, they make being humble, it sounds like a bad thing. No, it just means that you're a humble person who's not trying to take advantage of a person. You're trying to see and get to know the person for who they are, not what they can do for you. So this is what a man, they're not thinking about what you guys are thinking. They're thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about the man. They're thinking about themselves and what they want, how they can benefit. That's it. So that's why I say that's a red flag. But what they don't realize is when you come on strong like that and I don't go to Applebee's, or I don't go here, or I don't go there, just only go 5-star restaurants. I don't go to chain restaurants. You're coming off as somebody that's entitled and spoiled, and men don't want that. And so, not realizing it's a turnoff, and even some of the men will take you on that date, but they know what you are about. They got your MO. And so they paying attention to you, but they'll finish the date, because some men they agree to it, they do it, but they peeping you out, they scoping you out, they looking at you, listening to you, and he knows after that date, that's a wrap. He's not trying to take you nowhere else, because you've exposed your hand. This bougie, bougetto type of attitude a lot of these women have. You want to be bougie, but you come from the ghetto, and so now you come from the ghetto, now you got to act like you're so bougie, like you've never been in the ghetto, like you don't know what it's like to be poor. So now you made a little money, got a job. Now you think you better than average men, like you so up high class, and oh my God, because you spend $1,000 on shoes. Baby, you just spend $1,000 on shoes. That don't make you better. It really don't. So and I've run into women like that, and I just laugh. I'm like, child, there's no way. I don't like to deal with people like that, because that get on my nerves. I can't. Keep it moving, baby. I don't have time for it. But yeah, they don't realize that is a negative when it comes to men. Men looking at you, they paying attention. So then when he don't call you no more, they wondering, well, why didn't he call me back? Well, girl, you expose yourself. That man don't want to deal with nobody like that. And so when you come off thinking that, first date, he got to do all this and X, Y, Z, all this, he's looking at that, and that's a turnoff. So instead of you being grateful, but if that's who you are, I'd rather you display who you are, put it out there, because that way he gets to see it right away, so he can make his decision. Don't turn into a chameleon and try to hide it. If that's who you are, let it be known, because that way he'll know not to fool with you. You know what I'm saying? If you're a humble person, it's going to show. You don't care. You know that your worth is not tied to a restaurant. You know that your worth is not tied to somebody else's money. How you knowing your worth has everything to why does a woman knowing her worth have so much to do with what a man makes and what he brings to the table? That should have nothing to do with that's his money. That's what he worked hard for. That has nothing to do with you. Your worth shouldn't be tied to money. First off, your worth shouldn't be tied to things. It shouldn't be tied, for damn sure, it shouldn't be tied to somebody else's money. That's insanity to me. Because you knowing your worth, that means he got to spend all his money on you, child. Where did he do that at? Which, brings me to this next clip that I want to show you guys. And I'm going to read the super chat and I'm going to play it for you. Mr. Chris, thank you for the super chat. It says that DeeDee, men, we have checked out because real black men like me that have true value are surrounded by low quality women. Therefore, we've checked out. Gotcha. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. Chris. I appreciate you. Yeah, and that's another thing too that I talk about all the time, and how women don't realize they know their worth, but they really don't. And they're tying their worth to the fact that they can get a job and make money, which is part of being an adult. And that your worth shouldn't be tied to superficial things. And so a lot of women take that and say, oh, because I've made a certain amount of money, my worth is super high, and now I need to find a man who can match me or be, do better than me because that's my worth. And that is not your worth. You're sitting around 300 pounds, just as ghetto as all get out. You don't understand, life and relationships or men. You've never worked on yourself. You have this nasty attitude, this nasty disposition, and you're out here thinking because you make some money and got a job and taking care of yourself that you're better than average men. You walk around thinking that you're above average. But when we look at you and we see how you move, we see that you really don't know your worth, because you think your worth is tied to your job and your money when it's not, or where you live or the car you drive. No, it's not. It's about how you carry yourself, what morals and values you possess, what you tolerate, what you will not tolerate, what type of people you surround yourself around. Who do you invite in your life or allow in your life? Do you let anything go? Because a lot of these women are dealing with men, who they are attracted to, who have not leveled up, who have not done the things that they're asking for. This is why we say these women who have been to college and all of these things still fooling with pookies in the hood. Because you don't know your worth. You think you do based off of money, and that's not how that works out. Thank you once again for the super chat, Mr. Chris. I appreciate you. So that brings me to this video clip right here. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Here we go.
Very strong, prominent woman, and I know my worth, but my man is a master manipulator, and he knows how to turn the things that are great about me against me.
Do you know your worth?
Go ahead.
Now, the reason why I say this is because a person who knows their worth knows their strengths, and they know their weaknesses, so another person cannot manipulate them and turn their weaknesses or their strengths against them. So, and I hear you talk about all these great things and stuff that you have. That's good. The truth is, when you look at yourself, if a person comes in and gaslights you and puts enough doubt into you and they can draw insecurities in you, you don't know your worth. You don't know who you really are. From the way you started, I think you're attaching your worth to your accomplishments, and you cannot do that. That doesn't work even if you were single, it wouldn't work for you.
And basically, that's what I was saying, and I think a lot of women do that. They attach their worth to their accomplishments. And that's why I say, look, you could be a millionaire. You could have made millions of dollars in your life. That means you're successfully financially. It doesn't make you a good person. You might be worth a lot of money, but your personal worth, like what you are and who you are as a person, it's not tied to the money that you make. You know how many rich assholes there are? How many rich people who are just not good people? Your money and your accomplishments, money you make, car you drive, any superficial thing does not mean that you're a worthy person. And too many people tie that together. This is why I don't care how much money you make. I don't care where you come from. I don't care who the hell you are. If you're nasty and you're mean and you just don't know how to treat people, don't know how to talk to people, you think I'm just going to surround myself around you just because you make money and just because you're a celebrity? Hell no, baby. You can keep it moving just like everybody else. That doesn't make you a good person. I don't care, but I think a lot of people think that you should care because people are controlled by money. People are controlled by celebrity. People are controlled by those things. So they've gotten away with it. The people who have gotten away with it, they're used to people, like, catering to them or treating them like they're, special because of their money and because of who they are. And it's very rare that they come across people who don't care about their celebrity and who don't care about their money, but are more focused on the person, who you are as a person, how you talk to people, how you treat people. They're not used to that. People, celebrities and people who have money, they're not used to that. When they can't control you with money, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. When they can't just offer you money to put a Band-Aid on it or offer you money to get you to act a certain way, people don't know how to deal with that because not everybody, but a lot of people are controlled by their money and their fame or celebrity or whatever, their accomplishments and things. So when that is not the thing that will make you move, people don't know what else to do because it forces you to have to change. And once again, people who don't want to change, they don't like that. Because as long as you can get by with your money, your things, your celebrity or whatever it is, it doesn't force you to be a better person. And so if we got to a place where we're not controlled by celebrity and money, then those people will be forced to change their attitudes, forced to change how they treat people, how they talk. All that would have to change. The same way I look at relationships with women. And this is what's happening. Men are separating themselves. Men understand their worth, and that if they bring all this to the table, they expect something from you. They just don't want to accept anything. Then either these women are just going to become lesbians and hook up together, like I said, or it's going to force them to look at themselves and make some changes. And only time will tell. Only time will tell how this plays out. If they make changes, if they start to realize that, men and women need each other, and it's not just based on you being happy and what he can give to you, but what you guys can build together, that you shouldn't expect the man to come to the table with everything and you bring nothing. Once they realize that, and that, hey, if you out here, you can get to the bag and he's working and he's doing well, that you put it together and y'all do even better together. Until they realize that, either men are going to go off and marry suitable wives in other, in other places, and start building families with other women, and women are just going to struggle because if the men aren't there for you to choose from, baby, what are you going to do? You're going to be forced to be single. It ain't going to be no, oh, I just want to be single by choice. No, you ain't going to have no other choice. You won't have any other choices when all the men have moved on and found other suitable women outside of our community. You won't have any choices but to be by yourself or become lesbians. And we know that's not even working for them. So it's going to be a pickle, and it's going to be one that you ain't going to be able to get out of. You ain't going to be able to get out of it. It's just what it's going to be. So yeah, once again, you're knowing your worth. Knowing your worth, and let me address this. What the woman said in the clip. She was like, her boyfriend is a master manipulator, but she knows her worth, and what did she say? She's a great woman. Well, I mean, if you know your worth so much, and your worth won't allow you to not deal with a person who is a master manipulator, what's the point of knowing your worth if you're not using it to benefit you, or using it to your advantage, or using it to not allow yourself to deal with people who are trying to manipulate you? What's the point of knowing it so much? And you're so great of a woman, you can't see. Well, you can see and you recognize that he's a master manipulator, but you're with him. He's your man. So people who truly, like the lady said, like she said, if you truly knew your worth, you would not deal with somebody who you clearly can see is manipulating you. So she's saying he's trying to tell her, downplay her accomplishments. And once again, she's attaching her worth to her accomplishments. And then on top of that, you with somebody who's downplaying even that, and you feel some type of way. So because if you knew your worth that much and knew what your worth really was, you wouldn't even be with him, a person like that. So yeah, and I know a lot of women just say that. It's just something to say. I know my worth. No, you don't. You really don't. And you need to spend more time working on yourself to really know where you are in life and what your values are, because a lot of these women have come fresh off of 3 children, 3 baby daddies, and they dealt with all the Pookies and Ray Rays, and they've done that for years, and then they get to their 40s or late 30s, mid 30s, and they start saying they know their worth. You haven't really put in the work or anything. You just know your worth. You just know it's there all of a sudden. I don't know where they get that from, but that's all they're saying, is that when they get to their mid 30s, now they know their worth, meaning they just expect more from y'all. They just expect more from men. They don't know their worth. They just expect more from a man because somebody told them they're supposed to. That's it. That's just it. So I wouldn't take that too seriously, because they don't know their worth. They just know I should be expecting more from men because somebody told me that. Even though I got 3 babies and 3 baby daddies, and I've never been married, I've never had any requirements for a man. I let these men knock me up, and I just been, minding my business, but I haven't worked on myself. I don't know what I bring to the table. I don't know what men want, but it doesn't matter because I'm a woman. And just when I hit late mid 30s and toward my 40s, I'm supposed to have all these requirements. I'm supposed to ask for more. I can't just settle for less like I did when I was in my 20s. Who told you to settle for less when you were in your 20s? Who told you that? So just because you realize that you let Pookie and Ray Ray run through you and give you babies, and that didn't work out, now all of a sudden, now you're at a point you don't want any kids, but you want a man who is, has all this money, and you want all these things from him, but you're not thinking about what he wants. Did you ever think that he don't want a woman with 3 kids and 3 baby daddies? He don't want a woman who been ran through. He don't want a woman who allowed men to manipulate her and use her and do the things that these women claim these men did to them in the first place. You don't ever think that he want a woman who had morals and values in her 20s, a woman who thought highly of herself and enough to at least not give her body and give babies to 3 different guys just because she's young and didn't have any morals or values to begin with, who didn't have to all of a sudden get them in her 30s, but she already had them. Doesn't mean she doesn't make any mistakes, but she knew better. She knew that she would require marriage before she give a child to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And so listen, so they're looking at that because a lot of these men did not do that. They did not knock women up. They didn't not take care of them. They made sure that they did not do that, and they were holding themselves as far as when it comes to making children with people. They may not be virgins, but they didn't know, hold on, I'm not gonna just make babies. I'm waiting to make babies with my wife. So there are men who don't have children based on that idea that they wanted to be married before they had children, and that was that. But a lot of these women don't think like that because they were not taught that marriage was a requirement, that they should be wanting marriage, because they was raised by single mothers. So single mothers never told them, hey, marry before you carry. Stop. Don't give a baby to anybody till you get married. Now they knew they were not thinking unrealistically. They were thinking, wrap it up. Because even though if you're Christian and you go by the Bible, you're not supposed to be doing any of that until you get married. But let's be realistic. People are out here having sex. They're not going to not do it for the most part. So they're doing it. But one thing I've heard some women say, look, I'm doing it, but I'm not having no baby. So they made sure that they used protection. They made sure they took birth control. They made sure they did what they need to do not to get a baby. And then by the time they got married, they give babies to their husbands. But a lot of these women weren't taught that because they come from single mother households. So they like, my mama did it, so I could do it too. I could raise my child too, baby. I don't need no daddy, whatever it is, what it is, Not realizing how that's going to affect them in the dating market, because usually they don't stay with their baby daddies. Paul Harrison coming through with another $100 super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate you for this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Says, hey, DeeDee, it sounds like I need to make a trip to New Orleans to find me a wife. That's going to last longer than 39 years. I'm looking for a lifetime. Listen, I know that's right. Look, go wherever you need to go to try to find what you need, because, listen, I don't think that men should give up, but I definitely think you shouldn't be foolish. I'm just saying, don't be foolish now. Some of these women are crazy as hell, But like I said before, a lot of these women expose themselves early on. So if you're paying attention, you'll be able to spot the red flags, you know. And I'm not talking about like, look, women could be silly, women could be crazy, you know, things of that nature. But my thing is this: you gotta know what to look past and what not to look past. You gotta know that if she's a little silly or whatever, or she's, you know, she's younger or whatever, she might have certain things about her that are a little quirky or whatever. But if you find a woman who has her mind right overall, and she knows what she wants, and she's not superficial, you know, she's not a gold digger, she's working, you know, she doesn't have any kids or anything like that, but she's really looking for companionship, and she's attractive, and you better grab her, because it ain't gonna be too many out there like that. It ain't gonna be too many out there like down to earth, who's not walking around, you know, looking at you like, who the hell you think you are? Because I'm so beautiful and I got it going on, and you can't afford me, and because I buy $1,000 shoes and all of this. Like, come on, like, that's you. If she's not acting like that, and she's, you know, not super fit, like, it's gonna be, those are the type of women you grab up, you know, who's not looking at you as a wallet, somebody who's gonna pay her bills and do all of this. Keep looking, you might find somebody like that, you know, because, and who's not influenced by social media and all of these things, because it's so much of that going on. But I do think there are some out there. It's just, you know, everybody, she may not be in a package you're looking for, or anybody looking for, I don't know what that is, but I'm saying, like, there are certain women out here who may not be be the total package, because I don't really think the total package exists. I think women who look really good have the most issues. I think women who look like physically the way you want them to look, they're lacking in all the things that you really need. Woman who may not have the body that you might want, or the big butt, or, you know, big boobs or whatever, she's probably a catch. You know, usually I find women who are more attractive in the face don't have the body. You know, they don't have all of the big butt hips. I don't know. You know, I know a lot of guys who like butts. They like to have a woman with a nice size back there, or curvy and all of that. Usually, if you find a woman who has all of that, she's mentally not prepared. She's not there. You know, she might look cute, have the body, all of it. She's totally ghetto, totally opposite of what you want. She don't really want marriage. She looking for a sugar daddy. You know, it's a lot of things. The woman who might not have if you like, some men like curvy bodies and all of that. You might find a woman who slim, don't have that, cute in the face, but she don't have that body or the big butt that you want, but she's the woman you need. Like, you know, or she may not be that cute in the face, or she might have a body, because honestly, usually the women who are not that cute in the face usually have a body. I mean, curves and all of that. Usually the ones aren't that cute. I find the women who are more attractive, where their face card is given, they don't usually have the big body, the curves and all of that. So what is it that you want? Because nobody is the full package. There's no 100% total package, in my opinion. Everybody got something wrong with them. Everybody got something wrong. Just you want to make sure the things that is considered wrong are just minuscule, you know, just minor things, but she has everything else right. She's cooperative. She want to work with you. She cares about you. She's, you know, she's not superficial. She ain't trying to spend all your money. She's okay with going to Applebee's. She's okay with cooking for you and, you know, cleaning the house, because she wants a house clean too, and she want to eat too. She don't mind having your babies, but although you need to marry her, she want babies. She's not out in the streets. She doesn't like the streets. She's a homebody. Nowadays, men appreciate a homebody. I saw a video where the men were like, man, if you find a woman who don't care about social media, she only have like 2 friends. She's at home most of the time. She don't really like to be on the streets. He's like, marry her up quickly, because you ain't gonna find too many of them like that. These women are influenced to be outside. Social media is their life, and they don't want to cook, clean, do none of that. They want a man with some money, buy them stuff, and that's that. So Thank you, Paul Harrison, for the super chat once again. So yeah, you just gotta know what's important. I said that before. What's important to you, and once again, it's not like it's the superficial stuff. So you're gonna find a lot of that. But to find somebody who's really there for you and really want to be with you and really want to be with you, that might be a little difficult looking at the times that we're in and what's being promoted. Mr. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Says today's women are undateable and unmarriable. Yet a lot of them are. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Chris. Yeah, because they're what they're looking for does not equate to marriage material. They're not looking to be wives. They just want somebody to take care of them. So you really got to look for women who really want the right things. That's all. And it can't be based off of see, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot, just like women look over good men who have the qualities that they want, looking at them thinking they don't, because they don't have the superficial. I think some men do that too. Look at women who you're looking at a certain aesthetic, and if you don't see that what you're attracted to, you walk past it, not realizing that woman would probably be the best thing ever for you. Thank you, Mr. Chris, for the super chat. So yeah, it just depends on what you want, what you value, what's most important. Successful MD says all women are 10s. Stop. No, they're not, and you know it. Why? Because they have a vagina? No. That's right. That's what they think. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. No, they're not. And stop trying to be a 10. Just be a good woman. How about that? Just be a good woman. Being a good woman makes you a 10. Because too many women think that this aesthetic, wigs and all that stuff make you a 10. You're a bad B. But no, you bad, but not in the way that you think. I'm just saying. All right, so let's move on, y'all. So somebody sent me this video from Kendra G. Got a Kendra G reaction, you guys, and then we're gonna wrap it up after this. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. That is super, super important. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Shout out to everybody who supported the channel via Super Chat or Cash App. I appreciate you guys so, so much. It definitely helps to support the channel, you guys. Thank y'all so much for that. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go. Hit the like button, y'all.
As soon as I did it.
Hey, boo, I got to fix my camera, child.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
hold on. Let me.
All right, hold on. I gotta fix my camera because now my head's too. I always tell y'all the rules. It was fine on. Excuse me, can y'all see the lace? Y'all can see the beautiful Beverly Hills background. All right, I got to fix.
I hope that's enough lighting.
Okay, I think your light is good. Okay, I can work with this. All right, here we go. What's your name, girl?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Where you calling me from, Aaliyah? What up,
I'm coming from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. How old are you, Aaliyah?
I am 28 years old.
28 years old. Hold on, let me find a clean sheet of paper. All right, Aaliyah, and you're 28 years old. Las Vegas. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have 4.
You have 4 kids. How old are your 4 kids, Aaliyah?
11, 8, 6, and 1.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
I have 3 baby daddies.
Why are you not
11, 8, 6, 11, 8, 6, and 1? Wow. And she got 3 baby daddies, she said. 11, 8, 6, and 1. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see.
with the baby daddy you have with the 1-year-old baby daddy?
It just my baby talking, but it didn't work out. He was kind of a narcissist, and he was very selfish.
I say it? Oh my!
He wasn't ready to be a man, so yeah.
Wait, I said a narcissist. I said he was a narcissist. I didn't even know she was gonna say it, child. She said he was. I had no idea she was gonna say it, but we know that's what he's a narcissist. It didn't work out. You went to jail. It's like the same old scenario. Like, where are y'all getting? These are all the same dudes. I'm telling you, they all dating the same dude. Because all of them are narcissists. All of them been to jail. You know, it's the same thing over and over and over again. Nothing different. Oh, we just didn't work out. Oh, well, he was a narcissist. Like, what? Let's continue.
How many kids do you have by the 1-year-old dad?
Just one.
Okay. So, and the 2 men prior.
Mm-hmm.
So, why did you choose better after the other 2 baby daddies?
So the first baby daddy, I was young.
Okay.
I was 16 when I had my first one. He was crazy, so that didn't work. And my second one, he was a serial cheater. So we were engaged. We were together for 7 years. But he eventually left. So yeah. After.
What's funny? What be funny? Like, I would, you know, what's funny? Why they always laughing? Like, this ain't funny, but baby, what's funny though? Why do they always have a smirk on their face? Why is it, you know, my first baby daddy, Kendra, he was a narcissist. I gave him a baby. And my second baby daddy, he was crazy. Yeah. My third baby daddy, he in jail. You know? Yeah. What's so funny? Like, they laughing like this is not a problem. You laughing like this is a joke. This is serious. This is not funny. You have nothing to laugh about. This is not good. It's really not. I don't know. I don't find it. I don't see it as a laughing matter. You know, it's very serious. You should be like really like looking at yourself and trying to examine yourself. Or hell, try to get Kendra to get you that therapist or somebody to see why you keep making these poor decisions. You know, like you need to get help. Not taking it as a joke. Help, so you won't keep, you know, this pattern going. That just you would learn how to make better decisions at some point. Mr. Chris says this is an example of a low quality female, and also misguided too. Now remember, these women are misguided. They didn't have much guidance growing up. They didn't really have anybody telling them what they should and should not be doing, or if they did, they didn't listen. So, I mean, this is why I say you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over without ever learning from them. And that's a problem. But then it's still they don't see themselves as the problem. That's why it's funny. It's the guys that's the problem. You just went and kept giving them babies and it's all his fault. Don't make any sense. Thank you once again for the super chat, Mr. Chris. Let's continue.
You guys were engaged for 7 years?
We were engaged for 6.
Why did y'all get married?
I called it off because he just kept cheating.
Okay. All right. And then you met your 1-year-old baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And that just didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. What do you do for a living, Aaliyah?
I'm an Uber driver.
Okay. Aaliyah, I'm going to keep it real with you now. The cousin's going to talk about you. So I'm going to give you a chance to respond. So what do you say to the man that might be concerned that you have, 4 children, one is a 1-year-old, by 3 men?
I mean, hey, it is what it is. Like, it ain't nothing I can go back on, like, it ain't like I'm a terrible woman, men just gonna be men, at the end of the day, like, I can't help. I'm not gonna stay with somebody who doesn't want to love me correctly. So, hey.
Fair enough. Okay.
Well, no, not fair enough, Kendra. Not fair enough. Kendra, I understand Kendra trying to move on, but the problem is you're not learning from your mistakes, honey. There is something you can do. And the thing about it, at this point, though, it's probably too late because you'd have made the same mistake over and over and over. Now you have 4 kids. Bless those children. Those children are innocent in all of this. They don't make these decisions. They're just here. But there is something you can do. Stop making babies with guys who are not, married to you. You should have been requiring a committed relationship at the least, or marriage, or just not give babies to these guys who didn't deserve it. All of these guys are crazy. They all crazy. You keep attracting crazy men, and you keep laying up and giving them a baby. How about not lay up with them? If you meet somebody and you're interested in them and they're interested, they say they're interested in you, get to know them. How about that? Get to know them. Get to know them. Really, talk, go on dates, hang out, whatever. But don't go sleep with them raw dogging, because you're going to give them a baby thinking that it's something serious, and then they're going to show you who they truly are. So you have to make the changes. You keep attracting the same type of guys, and you keep giving you keep giving them exactly what they want, and then you end up with the babies by yourself. So you could stop sleeping with these men and work on yourself so that you attract a better type of guy. And yes, there's a lot you can do about it. You don't just sit there. So you just sit down and keep making babies with these dudes and to keep saying, well, I can't control the men. You can't control them, but you can control yourself. You're the biggest part in all of this. The biggest part in all of this. So you got to figure it out for yourself. Let's continue.
Okay, we got that. So Uber driver, what else? I think I got it all. Aaliyah, 28. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Is that your baby right there? With
Yes,
the, with the potatoes? She eating a potato?
She does have a potato. I just noticed that. Oh my God. She is one, and she's getting into everything, honey. And she gonna get mad if I take it away. She's been getting apples and potatoes, so I just let her be her.
Okay. Yeah. So we got Aaliyah, 28. What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. In Las Vegas, mom of 4 kids, 5'3" men, never married, right?
Never married.
She's the Uber driver. What kind of man you looking for now, honey?
Somebody just like, honest, real, mature, got their own. Because I have my own. I take care of my kids. I don't get child support. So, just someone who's not a cheater. Nowadays, I feel like people don't know how to be faithful or be honest or be real. Just somebody just ready to commit, to settle down. And it's okay. You can have kids. You don't have to have kids. Just long as you okay with having, being. I'm not looking for no stepdaddy or nothing, but just be cordial and that knowing that I got kids,
Okay. Could he have kids already?
Huh?
Could he have kids too?
No. I made all my baby daddies a father.
No, I'm saying, can the next man already have kids?
Yeah, he can have kids. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do you want more children?
No.
All right. Now, what are your other deal breakers? Did you give me your deal breakers?
My deal breakers is just that's a good question. Somebody who's lazy, who don't have any type of ambition, don't have any type of goals in life. Somebody who just don't have nothing going for themselves. That's just mainly my deal breaker.
All right, so a deal breakers. It's funny. So men who don't have anything going for themselves, because clearly the baby daddies didn't really have nothing going for themselves. She got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, and none of them they're not on child support, or they may not even be in the children's lives. They clearly didn't have anything going for themselves. So now you want somebody who has something going for himself, who's not lazy, who probably has a good job, probably have no kids. You want him now. You want the responsible one now, after the kids. These are the consequences that these women are going to have to face. You can try, shoot your shot, do what you want, but they're falling short because you didn't realize how this was going to negatively affect your livelihood and dating process. most men who have things going for themselves are not going to want to pick a woman who has 4 kids and 3 baby daddies. She might be a good person, but they have too much going for themselves to settle for that. And when men are saying they're not going to settle for a woman with 4 kids and 3 baby daddies, that's a real reason. That you got to have morals and values and have something going on for yourself to decide. Not you didn't do all of that to just go pick up a woman who didn't have any morals or values clearly and didn't require much from the baby daddies. Because if she did, either one of them would have been with her and she wouldn't, or they all would be on child support. I mean, it's just, it says a lot that I think women don't realize. It says a lot about who you are and what type of person you are by allowing this to happen. It's just not on the men. It says a lot about you as the woman. And I don't think they realize that. I really don't think they realize it. And then after the fact, they realize, okay, well, damn, I done gave, Pookie and Ray Ray everything now, and they just ran off. So now I need a responsible man. I need a man who has something going on, because now I have a big, huge responsibility now that I want to hand over to him just out the gate. So this responsible man gonna have to come in and take on me and all my kids and all whatever I got going on too. And he's gonna have to come in and just, you're gonna give him a hard time right away, because coming in with 4 children is a hard time. That's a big responsibility. So he don't get to, and you don't want any kids. He probably don't have any. The responsible men probably don't have children. And so they want children and they want a wife. So he's supposed to come and marry you, take care of you, your kids, and he don't even get a kid. Who's going to settle for that? What man is going to settle for that? I'm just saying it. And once again, I don't think that the woman is a bad person. It's just you make bad choices. And those bad choices have consequences. And the consequences are most men who have something going on for themselves are not going to want to settle for that. And that's just what it is. Mr. Chris says, Capricorn explains her self-righteous bad judgment. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Baby. So, yeah, it's all about knowing your worth. If women know their worth, then men know their worth too. And men are not going to settle for that. If women won't settle, men certainly not going to settle. And this is why we have a bunch of single women out here looking for good men, and with all these kids, and it's hard to find. Let's continue.
And not like, I want to say not clingy, but like what I want to call it, like just not passive aggressive, like too much, just want to be like always constantly talking to me, sending me 20,000 messages, and yeah, I don't like all that.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I do like smaller men because I am a big girl.
So you want a smaller guy because you're a big girl?
But I like thick girls. I mean, I feel like thick, but I like thick men. But I don't like bigger men, like big boys.
You don't like bigger boys. Okay.
Kendra Cam.
Okay. So what about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
No, just long as you can afford your bills.
Okay. As long as he can afford his bills. You're 28. What's the age range you want to date?
My age and maybe to like 40, 45.
Okay, you'll go older.
Yeah,
older.
older.
Should he be in Vegas?
Yeah, I live in Las Vegas.
Do you want the guy to be in Vegas too?
Yes. Okay. I'm not really good with the long distances.
Okay. All right. So this is Aaliyah. Aaliyah, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on, give me a second.
Come on, girl. Show us what you're working with, girl. Come on, boo.
Let me see.
Don't be shy.
Y'all give me 1 second.
Girl.
Who's shy?
Okay. I'm just trying to.
Girl, what you doing? Put up some clothes.
Okay.
Damn.
I see these tattoos, girl. These
I do.
Charlie, I wasn't ready, Leah. I was not ready. Okay, Leah, girl.
Yep, that's me, honey. Good enough.
Don't Don't play with it, I see. Alright. So Aaliyah, so okay, you say you're a big girl, so you want a small guy. So how much you want the guy smaller than you?
Huh?
Aaliyah, girl. Shout out to you, girl. Girl, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Successful MD says, I would rather count sand on the beach. What the hell? Louis says, only a real desperate simp will take her on. Thank y'all for the super chats. Baby girl. Oh, my Lord. Oh, wow. Okay, girl. I wasn't ready. Shout out to her. She seemed like a sweetheart. Shout out to her. Let me go. Let me see. Let me look at, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. What what's you call it? What's his name? Said who got the pelvis broken? Oh, you gotta be mindful of that. Oh my Lord. Mr. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Says I'm done. Lord, forgive me. I'm a nice person. I gotta be nice to people. I ain't trying to be mean. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Chris. Oh Lord, just bless her heart. I'm not, I'm a good person, but she said she want a smaller guy, not a big guy. I just wasn't ready. Let's see.
A second.
One more again. I'm just saying.
Ooh, child.
Okay. I'm just trying to set some up here. Okay.
I see these tattoos, girl. These
I do.
Charlie, I wasn't ready, Leah. I was not ready.
Kendra wasn't ready.
Okay, Leah, girl.
Yep, that's me, honey. Gut and all.
Don't play with it, I see. Alright. So Aaliyah, okay, you say you're a big girl, so you want a small guy. So how much you want the guy smaller than you?
Huh?
You want the guy smaller than you?
Yes. I just, I've tried big boys. It's just it don't mix. It just don't work.
So a guy,
they're attractive.
Now she got a cute face. You know what I'm saying? She got a cute face. I ain't gonna lie. She got a cute face.
But it just don't work.
Okay, so, and I have heard this. They have told me this before. So a guy your size wouldn't work for you.
No.
So what's the biggest challenge? Is it a sexual situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So sexually, a smaller guy works better.
Yeah, some like thick. I say like you could be like, if you tall and big, long as you ain't got a huge stomach, it's cool. Like that's it. I got a big stomach. Okay, so it's gotta even out. It's gotta even out.
So because you got the big stomach, he can't have a big stomach.
No, he can't have a huge stomach.
Okay. Okay, Leah. Okay. So when was your last relationship?
Oh Lord.
A year and a half ago.
Ooh.
You don't have, is that your baby daddy?
Yes.
Okay, you don't have, was he skinny?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just curious. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A few days ago.
Who you sleep with a few days ago?
It's a situationship.
So why did you sleep with that
it's
guy?
just somebody that I fucks with just to get my rocks off, and that's it. Like it's not really nothing. I don't see it going anywhere. So
damn. All right, girl. Shout out to you, girl. You got you a little situationship. Dang. So listen, see, this is why I say, look, there are men out here who don't know their worth, or maybe they do. I don't know, y'all. Who, like, would she be your type to just, hit it and quit it? I'm just saying, she's cute. I think she's cute in the face. I'm serious, y'all. Would y'all, be a situationship? Would you be, just hitting it, to get your rocks up? Would she be okay for that? Cause I'm starting to not understand how this works when it comes to men. Like who y'all like, getting your rocks off with on the side? Like, would she be a choice for that? Let me know. I want to know. Cause it's a choice for somebody. Hell. Mr. Chris says she needs to date Weight Watchers, not men. I didn't say that. Mr. Chris did. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I'm just saying, what, like, this is why I say women can get sex. It's easy. It don't matter how big, how small, how cute, how what you can get. This proves that. You know what I'm saying? She's cute in the face. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't think she's ugly, but it's, what is that? Where do y'all draw the line? Like what? Paul Harrison coming through once again. What the super chat says, today's society has told these women that this kind of self-appreciation is acceptable. Damn, come on now. All right, listen. What can you do? You know what I'm saying? At least she's not too superficial. She said you could just be able to pay your own bills. She ain't asking for much. So, we got to give her that, right? We got to give her that. Thank you, Paul, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Oh, Lord. Listen. Mr. Chris says, hell no. Oh, my God. Oh my God. No. So no. Thank you once again, Paul. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. Thank you. Successful MD says, other words, I'm fat, lazy, and loose. It's over. I didn't say it. Successful MD did. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my God. So y'all say no. Oh wow. Because we always say, look, women get sex easy. It's true. Women can get sex easily from men. So it don't matter, is what I'm saying. It don't matter the size, none of that. It's, as long as you got a vagina, that could be the reason why a lot of women think because they got a vagina that they're the ish, that they're the prize, because that's what men want. It don't matter what package it comes in, long as they can get to it. Darius Bird says the man equivalent is a loser and a bum. Child. Thank you for the super chat, Darius. I appreciate you. Cause that's what I'm like, we all, well, everybody should have some types of standards, but where do those standards lie? Like what is acceptable and what's not? Thank you once again, Darius. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. And listen, I'm not trying to be funny. It's just, that's a lot. That's a lot. Wow. At least she seems happy though. She happy with it. If she love it, I like it. I love it, I guess. I mean, let's continue.
Question is, okay, that's fair. But my question is, why can't you just be with him?
Because he don't want a relationship.
He doesn't want a relationship. No, okay. But and you're fine with just having sex with him without the relationship?
Like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm fine with just because he's not really like the relationship person I would be a relationship. Like, he's not romantic. He's not nothing that I typically.
But he still get to get your vagina. He's nothing that you do that he don't meet your requirements. But
no standards. Right.
Yeah, he just that's it. That's it. I use him just as much as he is. I just say we use each other. That's it.
Okay, well at least she's being honest. He uses her, she uses him, so it's an equal. So nobody's being used because y'all got an understanding, I guess.
You said what? I'm sorry.
So y'all have an understanding, I guess.
Yes, we have an understanding.
But let me say this. I'm gonna give you a teachable moment. This is why men don't always rise to the occasion, because you just said all the requirements that you desire, this guy does not offer, but he can still have sex with you with no commitment. So this is why men are like, ladies, you want me to do all this stuff, but you still gonna have sex with somebody who doesn't do all this stuff.
Well, I mean, I'd rather sleep with one person than sleeping with multiple people.
Listen, I understand the logic you have in your brain, but I need to understand the logic of why the men are not going to rise to the occasion, because you're not making it a requirement. And when you don't make that a requirement, then you're going to keep. And listen, this is just an educational moment. You can do whatever you want to do in life,
Of course,
but as long as you allow someone else to get the cookies, and I'm talking about vagina, knowing that they don't meet your standards, the guy who meets your standards is like, I'm not going to work this hard if he don't got to work that hard.
Right.
Well, that's true. I mean, but I feel like, this person like that I do mess with, I mean, he reached the requirements, but it's just the point that he's not a person that just, I don't know. It's just, he's just not a person for a relationship. Like,
right.
I don't know.
With all that being said,
he has everything that I want. It's like, I thought about it, but it's just like, nah, it's certain things that kind of just throw me off.
Okay, Aaliyah, and I understand that. I want you to understand what I'm saying. So you're telling us he meets the requirements but doesn't, but you'll still sleep with him. So that's fine. You grown at this moment. You a mom to 4 kids.
Yes, he meets her requirements, but he doesn't want her. She doesn't want to say that because it doesn't. She don't want to say that. It doesn't make her feel good. She's sleeping with him because she's attracted to him, but he does not want her. Bottom line, come on now. That man don't want her. She's allowing him to get them cookies or whatever you want to call them, and that's it. And he don't want her. If he was to say, you know what, Aaliyah, I want to be with you, I want to have a life with you, she would gladly probably accept him. He don't want her. That's it. And the reason she sleep with him, because she's attracted to him. She's attracted to him. Once again, the men that a lot of these women are attracted to are not attracted to them. He just okay with sleeping with her. Maybe it's some good up underneath the fat, maybe it's something good up underneath there. And he enjoying himself, and that's that. She ain't getting much out of that. She's getting gratification sexually, and I guess he is too, because he keep coming back or whatever, because she letting him. But of course he don't want her. That's just what it is. And she's trying to be nice about it, but that man don't want her. Clearly he don't want you. And any man who's just you willing to give the sex to, and he's just willing to just sleep with you, that's all he's want. That's all he's getting. He don't want you. He don't want to take on all them kids. He don't want that. She's saying he's not relationship material for somebody that he wants, because he can go and probably start a relationship with the woman that he wants to be with, that he picks, and that he wants to be in his life. He gonna go get her, and he gonna have a relationship with her. And when once he do that, and he probably stop fooling with you, when he really serious about somebody he wants to be with, he's going to be in a relationship, and you just giving him your vagina whenever he wants it, and that's it. And you think that that's okay, and that's going to make you look tantalizing to a man who you might want to get in a relationship with? No. And on top of that, you got a lot of work that you need to be working, because at this point, I really honestly, and shout out, I'm not mad at her. She seems to be a nice woman, but she has work to do. I don't think she should be focusing on dating. She has 4 kids and she's grossly overweight. She should be working on her body, and trying to get herself at a better, healthier weight, honestly. And that's not no shade or anything. It's just being honest. Try to work on, and I know, it's hard for some people to lose weight and things, but her stomach is hanging out to the floor. Like, she needs to try to get herself at a healthier place for her kids and focus on her kids, not a man, especially not just sleeping with men, just giving your body to them, So yeah, she got a lot of work. Other things she should be focused on than a man at this point. Mr. Chris says wrong. He doesn't want a relationship with her. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Chris, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, the focus should be on your kids at this point. That's just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. Let's continue.
Well, like I said, we call it situationships. You feel me? I wasn't really at the point when I started messing with him. It wasn't like I was looking for a relationship. You feel me? So it's like we both were kind of on the same page. So it's just like I said, it's an understanding. But it's not like if I wanted a relationship with somebody that I still didn't want those requirements because I'm what I'm looking for now. But
I rest my case. One thing I have learned is
not arguing. Don't
rest
argue
my case.
with me.
I ain't gonna be arguing with y'all about y'all life. So we'll keep
Right.
going. I'm gonna keep my peace of mind. So 3 flaws you have to work on, love.
Ooh, let's see. That's a good question.
What? You don't. It's one big one.
Probably.
Girl, one big red flag. Like, huh? Like one big thing you need to work on. Like, seriously. What? Man.
Being more not I guess just not being so nice, not so giving, not so open.
Okay.
If I can say that right.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm very what can I say? Like I don't know how to like tell people like no to certain shit, and yeah.
Okay, so that's a flaw.
That's a flaw. Yeah.
That's okay. You have 2 more flaws?
Huh?
Do you have 2 more flaws?
I feel like I ain't
Well,
saying
no,
that I'm
I know you're not.
I don't really feel like I have that many too much flaws.
Girl, man.
Other than that.
What? Kendra, girl, Lord.
I have. Other than just myself in general. I can work on my working on myself, my my mental, my weights,
Girl. I mean,
but other than that, I don't feel like I have any flaws. I feel like I'm a good woman. I'm an understanding person. I'm a giver. I'm a lover. So,
Right.
This is the question, and I say this every night. This is a question that helps me understand why people are single. Because the lack of self-awareness in everybody, I'm not perfect. Okay, so let's start there. And I can name 10,000 flaws that I can become better at, especially when it comes to a relationship. But the lack of self-awareness people have about the things that they need to perfect and work on to become a better partner is the reason why y'all remain single. Because y'all really believe y'all flawless.
I don't think I'm flawless. I think
you
okay,
literally just said you literally just said
I know. I don't. That's why I said I don't feel like I have that many flaws. But I can't think of like the flaws that is wrong with me. Okay, I can say that I am. One of my flaws is being around my family. Like I'm very family oriented, and like me being around, taking care of my family is probably one of my flaws. Is kind of my deal breaker when it comes to my relationships.
And see, this is one of the major problems a lot of women have. We and no shade to this lady is obese. She's grossly overweight. And that you would have thought that would have been the first flaw. She asked for 3 flaws. Clearly, as we all saw, that is definitely something she could work on. That should be the main one, but maybe she don't see it that way. In her mind, she probably don't see that as an issue. She probably don't see that as something that she needs to work on. She don't see that as a flaw. Why? Because some man somewhere will sleep with her. So he don't have a problem picking that fat up off the floor and put it to the side and getting his. So that's not a problem, because some man is telling her, oh, that's not a problem, probably, because he gonna find a way. And so and that's why she can smile and be like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with being happy. I mean, if you happy, you happy. But I'm saying your first thing out your mouth should have been, yeah, my weight. I've been struggling with my weight, because your weight clearly is an issue. But she went all around that and just kind of threw it in there. She didn't make that the focus when that is the focus. And then flaws aren't usually flaws. It's usually something good about them. It's like you're not self-aware. You don't see that you have issues. The fact that she has 4 children by 3 baby daddies, that none of them are with her, that says a lot about you. And you don't see where your flaws are, that a lot of the things that you should be working on, that your requirements and how you feel about yourself, your value and your real worth is something that you don't see. So you need to work on yourself. There are a lot of things we all need to work on ourselves. I mean, it's not just her, but clearly you see there are clear things about her that we can see that a lot of times people don't see themselves. So that's why I say you have to be self-aware, because a lack of self-awareness causes you to be delusional. And when you're living in a delusional state, it doesn't actually help you to get what it is that you want, because you don't see yourself. Other people do, but you don't. So it causes you to act a certain way that's not beneficial to you in the things that you want. So there's a lot to be worked on. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says, funny thing is, BBWs like her and others that complain about being fetishized by men always end up doing the very thing they swore they are against. Exactly. Right. Makes sense. It doesn't, I mean, right. You're right. So you know that these men don't really want to be with you, and partly because of your size, but you allow them to come in and basically take advantage of you, knowing that they're not going to want to be with you. Thank you for the super chat, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. Irvin Hunt says, why these donkeys keep coming across my feed? Kendra may be trolling us. Child. Kendra, thank you for the super chat, Irvin. I appreciate you. You know, Kendra know what it is. She try to be nice about it. She don't really want to tell them, straight up. Come on, girl. The first thing you should have said was your weight. We looking at you. But she didn't want to say it like that. But she basically told her, look, you're not self-aware. Thank you once again for the super chat, Irvin. I appreciate you. But at the end of the day, it's your life, child. Let's continue.
So that's it. But I wouldn't say that I'm don't have any flaws. Like I said, like I could work on not being like a person who is too needy for a man type shit, I guess you could say.
Okay. Well, why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Aaliyah?
Because I'm a great person, a great personality. I bring stuff to the forefront. I have my own everything. I'm a great mother. I'm just genuinely just a great aura. Okay. So.
Okay.
Darius, thank you for the super chat, says, at this point, mental illness is rampant out here. It really is. It really is. It really is, Darius. Thank you, Darius, for the super chat. I appreciate you. She's a great aura. In what way? In what way? I would need her to expound on that. In what way? I don't say she might be a great person, but she does have some things she needs to work on. She doesn't, yeah, for sure. For sure. Let's continue.
Again, I want to listen, it takes a lot of courage to come on this show. And on YouTube, we have at times where they pay to have certain comments, and then I'll read them to the person. But I have decided that people have to be willing to accept. So do you want me to read a comment?
Yeah, go ahead. I see them coming. You feel me? I see them.
This goes to the flaws part. When we were talking about things you have to work on. Mm-hmm. All right, so his assessment was 28 with 4 kids by 3 men, and is currently hooking up with a man who doesn't want her. Jump on this deal right now, fellas. You won't find another deal like this. So I feel as though he's saying these are flaws that you have to be open-minded to as you're seeking the next man.
Right.
True.
I mean,
I think this could be.
well, he's just saying he's being sarcastic. Yes, here's an overweight mother of 4, you know, and she got a man sleeping with her who doesn't want her. Right, let's go run and get her because she has her own everything, and you know she doesn't really need me, but she wants somebody to come in and take her. He's saying, showing you this is not a good deal. Doesn't mean she's a bad person. She's probably a good person, like she said, but she definitely has some flaws, and she's not what men are really looking for long-term relationships. She has a lot of things she has, you know, that men aren't really trying to be with. And it's unfortunate because she probably is a good person, but she's made some decisions in her life that yield her certain results. And the major choices that a lot of these women are making or have made is part of the reason why they're still single. They didn't look at having a baby by a man who's not with them as a major thing. They minimize the effects of becoming a single mother to a point where they try to make men think, oh, it's not a big deal, but it is. It is a big deal. And having multiple babies by multiple different men who are not in your life, you were never married to, you didn't take you seriously, and you still out here single and sleeping with somebody on the side who doesn't, that says a lot about you. As much as women try to ignore that and get away from that, it's still going to come back to you. And these women got to realize no matter what kind of job you got, what kind of money you make, the men are the ones who have to choose. Whether you have the opportunity to say yes or no, they still have, you know, if they meet a woman who wants to be with them, and he wants to be with her, she wants to be with him, he still has the ultimate say of who he wants to pick to be with. She has an option to say yes or no, but he still has to make that decision. Do I want to be with her? Do I want to commit to her? Do I want to marry her? The men make the choices when it comes to relationships. So I don't understand why women think that they got all the power and when it comes to who they're going to be with, because you don't. It's the men who decide whether I want to be with this woman. I really care about her. I want to build with her. I want to marry her. It's for the men to choose. So you really don't have any leverage when it comes to who you end up with. If the man don't want to be with you, you could want to be with him all day. You could go pick a man that you want to be with and try to build with him. But if he don't want to be with you, guess what? You're not going to be with him. So as much as women say yes, the woman got to say yes or no to a man who wants to be with her. That's true. But ultimately, if you go pick, it goes the same for the men. Men are the ones who pick me. You could say I want to be with you, and if he says no, then you won't be with him. It's the same way. But ultimately, if you do find a man that you want to be with and he don't want to be with you, you just asked out. You ain't gonna be with him. See? So and sleeping with him doesn't make him want to be with you. They just sleeping with you. You know. Child.
I'd rather my show be more educational, because one thing I've learned is I'll use myself. Ignorant is when you just don't know. I think sometimes people just are not aware. And if we could, I don't want it to be mean-spirited. That's not the goal. I'd rather be educational spirit so we can learn, and then we can start perfecting certain things that we can perfect.
Yeah.
But nevertheless. All right, Aaliyah, did you tell me the age range you want to date? You're 28.
Yeah, I'm 28.
28, okay. Are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
Have I downloaded it?
Have you set up your profile?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, Aaliyah for sure is taken. Do you have a nickname?
Leah B. Bambi. You guys can follow me. Yes. Huh?
I said, can you spell it slow?
It's gonna be LEAHBEBAMBI.
One more time.
LEAHBEBAMBI.
Okay,
Leah B. Bambi.
Make that your username on the app, because that would be the unique name in which way they can find you. Okay.
Okay, I will do.
All right. Bye, sweetheart. I'll say this. Sometimes I say it, it's very challenging because this is what I have learned. With men, and I think it's because men are just taught to toughen it up and take the truth. I can have a lot of very direct conversations with men and no one ever feels bad. But I am well aware that women, I'm a woman, you have to be more gentle. But I resonate with being gentle and being honest and being truthful because sometimes the truth can set you free. Now, that is a quote that I love. The truth is your best friend because once you know the truth, it can set you free. And now you can start making improvements and changes to attract the things that you really want in life. But it is challenging because I don't want this, even though I know how it rolls, but in my core of my soul, I never want to hurt nobody's feelings. Like that doesn't make me feel good. But at the same time, I think people need to be enlightened so they can understand some things that they could do better at in certain areas that will potentially help them attract better, right? But let's keep going. Kendra G.
Listen, I agree with too. The truth shall set you free only if you're willing to accept it. If you're in denial, then it's not going to do anything for you. Because honestly, I think this woman knows she's overweight. She knows it. Come on, you don't think she knows it? She's aware. She's aware that she has a man who's just sleeping with her, who don't want to be with her. She knows it. She knows having these 4 children by these 3 different men is probably the problem she's had in getting relationships in the past. So she's very aware of it. But the thing about it, because it's hurtful, it's a hurtful truth that they already know. So they try to gloss over it, call it something that it's not. She's very smiley because she's trying to focus and keep her mental in a positive state because she knows it could go negative. And a lot of times this is why they don't like you to bring it up or be honest about what it really is. Call it something it's not to make you feel better about the situation. It's bad, but you got to be realistic. You can't be fake about what your life is really doing, what you're really doing, what you're actually doing. You can't call it and make it easy to swallow. You know what I mean? Like you got to call it what it is. You don't have to call people names or just be rude, but you need to be honest and upfront about what the person is doing if you want to help them. If you really want to give them the truth, you can't BS the truth. You got to be honest and upfront about it so that they can stop trying to make it something that is not to feel comfortable. You could see at the end of the video, her smile went down. She felt funny about it, but you got to look at the reality of what it is you're doing in order to fix it. People shouldn't make you feel good about these poor choices that's going to affect your life in a negative, major way. You know what I'm saying? This is going to affect her life in a major way. Her health, her size, all that affects her in a negative way. And the fact that she's willing to just sleep with men just to, feel good about herself and it's nothing serious is why she's in the situation she's in now with 4 babies, 3 baby daddies, single, just sleeping with a man. All of these things are contributing to where she is now. And that's major. That's not something that you should gloss over or just make it seem like she's doing so good. And, oh, girl, your choices are fine. Don't listen to the haters. This is the kind of stuff that keep people in these predicaments. You need somebody to be honest with you and tell you the truth. Girl, stop doing this. This is not benefiting you. And as much as you think you're using him, using him for what? It's not getting you any further. He could just come to you and lay up with you because you don't have any sense of self-worth. You don't think much of yourself. You just open your legs. And what if you get pregnant by this guy? Then what? It's be another baby daddy of somebody, they really care about you, don't want to be with you, whatever, just using you for sex. You get nothing out of it. So it's really not benefiting you. It's just keeping you in this situation that you're in and you really want more, but you're not doing what's necessary to get you out of it. And so it's not a good look whatsoever. You can't coddle people and make them feel good. Feeling good is the problem. She's feeling good with the side man, the man, or not a side man, but the hookup, whatever. He's making her feel good and there's nothing you get. You're just sitting there, big as ever, got all them kids by yourself. It's not bringing you closer to what it is you're trying to look for. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't believe in I believe in telling you the truth and giving you tools to help you get to where you want to get. Not just keep allowing you to do the same thing or making you feel good about what you've been doing, even though that's hurting you. No, that doesn't help. It doesn't help. Darius says, so we can treat men like ish, but not women. Yeah, but thank you for the super chat, Darius. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think it's just a one-sided deal that's not beneficial. Yeah, women tend to talk to men however they want. There's no coddling for a man. You can just tell him straight up and you don't care if it hurts his feelings. But for women, we got to talk to them and go in circles and all this. No, I think, you need to talk to them all the same. Look, especially when you keep making the same poor choices over and over and over. No, I'm going to call it like it is. These are poor choices. They're not benefiting you. This man is using you for your body. He do not want you whatsoever. You need to stop. Period. And if you don't, well, this is just going to be your life. And if you want something better, you got to do better. Thank you once again for the super chat, Darius. I appreciate you. Mr. Chris says, I wouldn't let Kendra G set me up with a prostitute, let alone a date. Yeah, I mean, look, the women speak for themselves. When they come on the show, you see what you see is what you get. So you make the choice. You know what I mean? You make the ultimate choice. You see what you see is what you get. You don't want it, keep it moving. Bottom line. Because she ain't got to say, Kendra can say whatever she wants. The women, they're showing you who they are right in front of your face. So, and they're giving you all the information. So it's up to you. And if this is what it is. Thank you once again for the super chat, Mr. Chris. I appreciate you. So, this is why I say a lot of women are delusional, and yeah, I think a lot of them come from a place where they didn't have the right information. They are not just given it any information at all. And it's the blind leading the blind. You don't learn and you don't want to hear the truth. You want to keep basking in the idea that women are outside and they can do what they want and it's acceptable and we're queens and we all tens and we're all the prize. And you can keep going with that, but that is not going to yield you the results that you want. And only you just, time is steadily passing. It's not stopping for anyone. We're constantly getting older. The days are constantly going by. And if you want to keep yourself in the situation that you're in and you love it, then just stay there. Just be comfortable where you are and don't try to get anything more. Because if you want better, you got to do better. You don't ever look at yourself and say, you know what? I deserve better or just I want better, because you don't deserve anything but what you give yourself or what you work for yourself. Nobody else owes you anything. No man, nobody else as a grown adult, nobody else owes you anything. You're responsible for the things that you want to change in your life. And you can't put it off on a man and say a man's supposed to do it, men's supposed to come and change you. No, he can't change anything that you don't want to be changed. Even if you had a man who thought he could come in and help you out, you still have to help yourself. Others can help, but you still ultimately have to help yourself. So it's not on anybody else but you. So you got to work on yourself. And this is why I say, for people who always say, oh, it's all on the men. No, it's not. Women have a choice and women have a responsibility. They have to do things too. It's not just for the men to level up and be what you need them to be, but you need to be what they need you to be as well. That's the only way relationships are going to get better and actually work, is if the women start to change and stop having this independent, I don't need a man mentality, this independent idea that you're better and you're the prize and that men owe you something. No, they don't. Nobody owes you anything. Okay. And what you create for yourself is what you're owed. The things that you create for yourself. And if you want to build with the man or be with a man of substance that has things going for himself, you have to bring something to the table too. And then you guys build together. Other than that, it's a lost cause. And we're just going to see a more of a single mother epidemic, and women just on one side, and the men will eventually go off and meet other women from other cultures who understand what relationships are about. And they're going to start making these babies and marriages with other women, and Black women are just going to be stuck because there's nothing else that you can, that anybody can do to help you. If you don't want to help yourself, if you don't want to see what it really is, then yeah, you won't have any other choice but to be by yourself. So it's not an idea of I choose to be myself. No, you don't have any other choices, baby, because none of the men want you. I don't care how educated you are or what you've accomplished, they don't want you because the mentality is not right. And that's it. And if you want to call that modern society and this is the new modern women, well, these are the results of these types of women, because back in the, 50s, 60s, there were traditional women. So that era is gone. Traditional women is, from what they're saying, don't exist. So it's just modern women, but men want traditional women. So this is why they're not getting nobody. This is why they're single. This is why they're crying to my, I look this good and I'm single. Yeah, because it's not just about your looks. These men want something else. It's not about your money. They don't care about that. They're not looking for independent boss chicks who don't need a man. They need somebody who wants to work with them, cooperate with them, and build a real family together. And all these women already have children. So they're not thinking about, getting a baby with a husband, because you already got your children by Pookie and Ray Ray's. And these men are left because they had morals and values. The ones who are not running around knocking women up and not taking care of their responsibilities, they want a wife to have their kids with, and they having a hard time finding it because these women are modern. So I'm going to leave it here, you guys. Definitely hit the like button on your way out. Thank y'all so much for being here, for supporting the channel, y'all. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys are continuing to support the channel by liking the videos, sharing them if you can, watching the videos that are posted on the channel, you guys. Make sure you are doing that. That definitely helps the channel. And hitting that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. So make sure you guys are doing that. Make sure you subscribe to my second channel. I will start posting more content over there. So make sure you are subscribed over there, you guys. And yeah, just continue to support the channel in any way you can. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats, cash apps, anybody and everybody who supports the channel by liking the videos, sharing, all that good stuff. I appreciate you so much. You guys have no idea. So we're going to leave it here. Thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Continue to enjoy the rest of your weekend. And that is it. I will be back really soon, you guys. So make sure you have that bell clicked on so you'll be notified when I upload new content. All right. So thank y'all once again. Y'all be safe out in these streets, y'all. Y'all take care. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah. Bye.